I am with Mike here tonight. And Mike, you are a member of CashFX, correct?
That's correct. Yep.
And how long have you been with CashFX?
Well, I joined last October, around about the 5th of October, I think. But I was actually approached a year ago by sort of an acquaintance with when I used to be in the Professional Speakers Academy, which is where I know Tosin and Tony from. There was a girl there that was also in it, but I didn't really know her. But I just got this phone call from this person out of the blue, and she was talking about CashFX. And I didn't click at first, but I really wasn't in a good place then because I'd actually been scammed by an unregulated trader and I lost a lot of money. So I didn't want to venture anywhere near that. So I sort of, and she wasn't very good at explaining it, which wasn't really her fault because the company had only been going about 6 months. So they didn't really have hardly anything in place.
Right.
So, I dismissed it, but that was a big mistake because she's now on the 100K pack.
Wow. So you started in October and we're now the end of January. So about 4 months, a little less than 4 months. Is that right, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. And how much money have you actually put into CashFX, would you say?
I actually started off at the $300 pack.
Okay.
Because I thought if I go in at that level, anybody else that comes in, they say, they will duplicate what you do. But that's a level that anybody can get in and feel comfortable. I mean, even my cousin said, well, look, if it is a scam, which it's not, if it's $300, it's nothing.
Yep.
So
right.
I started off at 300.
And approximately how much have you earned so far in about 4 months?
I actually had to look this up on the system. I was quite surprised, really, because it says I've earned around about just over 3,000, which I haven't pulled any of that out. I've just reinvested it to upgrade each time.
Okay, so 3,000 in 4 months. That's pretty darn incredible. And how often are you earning from the Forex trading pool? Because I guess we should explain to everybody that CashFX is it's a training platform for Forex, and then there's an opportunity to actually invest in the Forex market. So how often are you earning money in the Forex market?
Every day. We get, on average, it's about 1%, just over a day.
Okay, so 1% a day, which is...
The bank can't even give you that.
No, I mean, we get about 1% a year, less than 1% a year from the bank, 1% a year as opposed to 1% a day. So that's, and I've heard that last year in 2020, it was over 360% return in CashFX from the trading pool, correct?
Yeah, I mean, that's phenomenal. My next door neighbor works for a bank called Lloyd's, which is, international
big bank in the UK. Yep.
And she's got quite a high position. And I spoke to her about this. Before I said to her, I've got an ISA. Do you have ISAs in the States?
No.
I forget I did write down what they're called now, but it's just some sort of a tax-free savings thing. But they used to be good. But I said I've got an ISA with Lloyd's because I bank with Lloyd's. I said, what sort of return will I get on that? And she laughed at me and she said, you'll be lucky if you get 0.04%. I said, what's that, a year? And she said, yeah. I said, I'm investing in something that I get 1% a day. And she went, sorry? I said, yeah, 1% a day. She couldn't believe it. And she's seen this, but I haven't had a chance to speak to her yet because of all the lockdown to actually see, because she was quite interested,
Yeah. Yeah. So do you have any background in the Forex market? Like, are you a Forex trader? Are you a pro at all this stuff?
I know nothing about it. I tried to steer clear of it because I think, it looks a bit complicated for me. So I'd rather someone else do it for me than get involved in that sort of thing.
So that's the beauty of CashFX, right? There are pros and a bot that are trading your money 24/7. Well, not 24/7 because the market's only open 5 days a week, but
24/5, I think.
24/5, yeah. So they've got a bot that's doing this, and they've got pros that are keeping an eye on it and trading your money for you.
Well, one of the traders is, I think he's an engineer, and he tweaks the system. There's 4 traders, and there's always one out of the 4 that's there all the time. They rotate. So there's because you have to monitor the bots have to be monitored, because when things happen, they have to tweak it slightly. So there's always somebody there, and these guys are phenomenal.
Yeah. So you're making money every day the market's open.
Yeah, I mean, 1% a day. It's in the back office. It says it's there every day. And you can see it accumulated.
And then every week they actually pay you, correct? Every Saturday you get paid.
Every Saturday, yeah, and they've never missed a payday yet.
And you can take your money out anytime there's a minimum of $100, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can take your money out. I think it takes probably about a couple of days for it to go through the system, but you can draw your money out at any time.
Fantastic. So how many people have you shared this CashFX opportunity with?
I've actually brought 7 people in.
Okay.
I've shared it with a few others, but you're going to get people that don't understand it, and therefore
sure.
they say, "Oh, it's not for me," without really, looking at it in depth, which is what they need to do, really.
So you've brought 7 people in, and how big is your team now in 4 months?
Well, I checked it this morning, and it was 100. I'll give you a rough idea of how it's gone. I started checking the amount of people coming in on the 9th of January, and there were 71. The 17th was 81. Then on the 22nd, there was 88 in the morning, and by the evening, it was 93.
Wow.
Yesterday was 103, and today's 105. So it's going up daily.
Wow, that's fantastic. And you're not talking these people. They're signing up with people underneath you. So your business is growing leaps and bounds.
Yeah, and it's not people it's not the people that you always know. It's people that someone else that you bring in knows. And that's what's happened with me. I've recruited a guy that's really gone berserk in it, and he's recruited someone who's going berserk. So that's pushing him. And the beauty of this is that they can overtake me and be more successful than me, but it doesn't matter because I'll get bonuses based on their performance. So it's a win-win situation, really.
Yeah. Now you have been in the network marketing business for a long time, right, Mike?
Yeah, since the late 1970s, early 80s. I started with Amway, which where I cut my teeth on networking, and I was just blown away by the actual concept and I still don't really understand why people don't get it. Because it's a phenomenal business. You're your own boss. You can. The only thing I wasn't happy with, really. I mean, I'm not a salesman, so for me, having a product I wasn't comfortable with that. I enjoyed sharing it and showing how it worked, but actually selling the product wasn't my thing, if you like. Whereas this is brilliant.
So have you ever had this much success and built this big of a team so quickly in any other network marketing opportunity?
No, never.
So, Mike, what would you say to someone who's thinking about joining CashFX?
Get in, because they say there's everything has a risk, and people say that we've got to say to people, there is a risk, but there really isn't in this, because you put in $300 in, which is about 210, 220 pounds UK money. And you're not going to lose it, because it's being invested in the forex market with expert traders, from a company that's multi-award winning.
Yeah. So
no brainer, really.
Exactly. And you can join in 2 different ways, right? You can join and just invest your money in the forex and not have to do anything. Like, you don't have to share this with anyone if you don't want to, and you can still make money every single day, 5 days a week that the markets are trading, correct?
Yep. You can put if you put $300 in and did absolutely nothing other than upgrade when it's required, within 4 years you're going to be on the 100K pack, and that's doing nothing.
Well, and that's on average the way it's going right now. Of course, we can't make any guarantees about exactly when it will happen.
No.
And, if everything continues to go, I mean, right now we're in a bit of a slump with this, the world situation right now. So there's an upside to this. So we're just basing that 4 years on the way things are now.
Yeah.
And it could be even faster than that. Now, we don't know. It could be slower than that, but just by reinvesting that initial $300, you can get to $100,000 pack in approximately, as things are going right now, in approximately 4 years, right?
Yeah, and people say, "Oh, I don't see how you can make this sort of money." Traders that use bots are making phenomenal. That's what banks do.
Yes,
Banks make millions and billions out of doing this. What we're doing, we're just getting a small fraction of the market. So people say,
absolutely.
"Well, you can't make this sort of money." They don't know what they're talking about.
I agree with you completely. Mike, thanks so much for sharing your experience. I really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate hearing from a normal human being, right, Mike?
Yes.
Not any kind of guru in the forex market,
No.
not a multimillionaire, a,
No.
a real live human being that is having success and just reinvesting your money, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I just can't believe how it's going. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I've been in networking for many years, and some of the networkers that have come into this have said they've never seen anything that can touch this.
Yeah.
And that's right. We've got everything covered.
That's certainly my experience. And as you know, I've been in network marketing for over 40 years, and
Yep.
I have never seen anything like this at all. So,
It's going to change a lot of people's lives, which is
absolutely.
brilliant.
Thanks so
Yeah,
much for sharing your experience,
that's
Mike.
okay.
Really appreciate it.